So today we'll solve some more problems. So anybody have you done the yesterday's problem?
So z into z minus 3 by 2 divided by z minus 1 by 3 into z minus 1 by 2 x of z, sir.
Okay, actually that z values where the ROC will come,
Sir, 1 greater than 1 by 3 and greater than 1 by 2.
which is the highest value.
Sir, 1 by 2, sir.
So you have to take so above that. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that is the ROC. Okay, so let us solve this another problem. So you can take so the x of n, which is given by so minus u of so u of minus n minus 1 okay u minus u of I think some problem is there. Let us take the time. Okay, let us take the paint itself and write. Okay, so the x of n, so which is given by so minus u of n minus 1 plus half power n into u of n. So now try to solve this one. So take the x of z equation. Okay, so summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So x of n is minus u of n minus 1 plus half power n into u of n. This whole thing into z power minus n. Okay, so now you can see u of n minus 1, so that is minus n minus so n minus 1. So you can see that from where to where it exists. Okay, so it exists, so you can see, you can put the values of n and you can see if I put n equal to 1 it will become 0, n equal to 2 it will become 2 minus 1 1. So it will start from 1 to infinity. Okay, so this will be, so minus you can take outside, summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so minus u of n minus 1 into z power minus n plus half power n into u of n, so this into z power minus n. Okay, so now both the summation we can split and we can write. So since it is exists from 1 to n, so minus you can take outside and summation n equal to 1 to plus infinity. So then this will become 1, the unit step function, it will become 1 and z power minus n. Okay, plus so summation, so now you can see this is u of n, so this will start from 0 to infinity, so this is not a problem, half power n into z power minus n. Okay, now we can see 1 to infinity we have the formula, that is 1 to infinity alpha power n. So that we know that summation n equal to 1 to infinity alpha power n. Okay, so this one we will write it as alpha by alpha minus 1, is it not? So that is alpha by alpha minus 1, so or alpha by 1 minus alpha, sorry. Okay, 1 minus alpha, and similarly we have summation n equal to 0 to infinity alpha power n, so which is equal to 1 over 1 minus alpha. So now that you apply here, so then we can get the summation. So that will be so equal to minus of, so now you can see here this is z power minus 1 whole power n. Okay, so that if you write, so in place of alpha it is z power minus 1, so I can write z power minus 1 divided by 1 minus z power minus 1. So this is the first summation. Okay, plus the second summation in terms of the this you can write it as, so 1 by 2 into, so this summation, so you can so write it as 1 by 2 into z power minus 1 whole power n. So this whole thing, so if you apply the summation you will going to get, so that is 1 over 1 minus 1 by 2 into z inverse. Okay, so now this is the summation, so this is what your x of z. Now we can see, so what we can have the ROC. So now we can see here that z minus, that is z power minus 1 magnitude, that should be less than 1. Okay, so r 1 by z, so here it will be 1 by z less than 1, or we can write, so 1 less than z, or z greater than 1. So that we can write for this summation. And similarly for this one, so half into z inverse should be less than 1. Okay, so because here the alpha should be less than 1, so now this will become, so z should be greater than 1 by 2. Okay, so here z will be greater than 1. Okay, so now which are the values which is greater, so we can accordingly write the ROC. Okay, so somewhere here half will come, the pole, and here somewhere 1 will come, so the ROC should be greater than 1. Okay, so is it clear? Any doubt in this? Okay, z less than 1 by z greater than 1, and okay, this one z 1 over z greater than half. Okay, so here, so we can write one more thing here, so the z is so greater than 1, and also it is greater than half. Okay, so in this case we have to take, so which is greater than 1, and or if you consider this minus, so if you take minus inside, so it will become, so minus z inverse by 1 minus z inverse, or you can simplify the total x of z, so which will be equal to minus z inverse divided by 1 minus z inverse into r plus, so 1 by 1 minus half into z inverse. So this z inverse you can take 1 by z and you can simplify, so you will going to get the final x of z. Okay, so is it understood? Any doubt in this? Anybody, any doubt? So even, so if you just change here minus n minus 1, again it will go to minus infinity to minus 1. So actually that I had that problem, just I changed for the value here, minus I have taken out and I have done it. So this is for this case, so this will be the ROC. And if you take here minus 1, it will go to minus infinity to minus 1. So in that case the ROC will be between half to 1, so that it will come. Okay, so because of that, so that problem I have already done, so you can see in earlier classes and the regular class, so that's why I took this problem. So now if you have any question you can ask. Is it clear? Everybody? Hello? Is it clear? Any doubt? Hello? Sandeep, understood?
Yes, yes, sir, understood.
Okay. Sumana? Hello?
Hello?
Understood?
So understood.
Okay. Pramod? Hello, Pramod? Okay. So if you are not answering, I'll treat it as absent. Okay. Okay. So let's do one more problem. Okay. Take this one. This type of problem it may ask for 4 marks or 2 marks or 3 marks like that. So you can take. So it is a kind of sequence. Okay. X of n. So which is given by. So 1, 2 and then minus 1, then 1 and 0. So these are the sequence. So here, so the 0 value it is here. Okay, so n equal to 0 it is here, and this is n equal to minus 1, n equal to 1, n equal to 2 and 0 otherwise. Okay, so only these 4 values exist from minus 1, 0, 1 and 2, 0 elsewhere. Okay, so now we have to find out the x of z. So that we know x of z equation, which is summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, x of n into z power minus n. Now if you want to substitute the value, so you can see here what is the input x of n for a particular value of n. Now if I take n equal to minus 1, so if I take n equal to minus 1, x of n input will be 1. Okay, so then we can write 1 into, so z power, what is the value we are putting, n equal to minus 1. So then it will become minus of minus 1, which is plus 1. That is 1 into z power 1. And similarly, now if I put n equal to 0, so your x of n will be the value 2. And z power 0, it will be equal to 1. And similarly, so minus 1, so when n equal to 1, so then it will become z power minus 1. And similarly, n equal to 2 plus 1 into z power, so minus 2. So now this is what your x of z. Okay, so we can write z plus 2 minus z inverse plus z power minus 2. So this is what your x of z. And the ROC, so it will be equal to, so you can see for what values the x of z does not exist, that is finite value it will not exist. Now if I put z equal to infinity, so then it will not exist because the whole thing will become infinity. And even if I put z equal to 0 here, it is 1 over z, so this will become infinity. So except z equal to 0 and z equal to infinity, so we will going to get the z transform. Okay, so that is the ROC except these two values. Okay, so this is what, so if the sequence is given, so other than the x of n which is there in the other format, if the sequence is given, how to find out the z transform. Okay, so now we can take another one, so which is, so in the sinusoidal signal, so we can take x of n, so which is equal to 1 by 3 power n into sine of pi by 4 into n. Okay, so this into u of n. Okay, so this is the input signal which is given. Now we need to find out what is the x of z or z transform. Okay, so then you need to find out what is the ROC. Okay, so now take this one, x of z. So try to find out. So I need to answer, I need to get the answer from you people. Okay, now here, so you can take the sine of pi by 4 n, so you can split it as e power, that is exponential signal, which is e power j pi by 4 minus e power minus j pi by 4, this divided by 2, that is pi by 4 n divided by 2. So this we can replace this sinusoidal signal with the exponential signal and try to get the answer or Z transform. So this we know, the summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into z power minus n. Now x of n, so which is exist only from 0 to infinity. Okay, so n equal to 0 to infinity, so 1 by 3 power n into, so now sinusoidal signal I am writing in terms of this signal, e power j pi by 4 n e power minus j pi by 4 n divided by 2j into z power minus n. Okay, so now I can split the signals with plus and minus sign, n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 3. So now we can take all the powers which is there n, so that we can write it as 1 by 3 e power j pi by 4, so into z power minus 1, so this whole thing power n I can write. Okay, so 1 by 2j I will take common here. Okay, now similarly here, so minus summation n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 3 into e power minus j pi by 4. Okay, so into, so minus 1, so this whole thing power n. Okay, so now you can see, so there are two summations. Now this whole thing we can treat it as alpha. Okay, so this whole thing we can treat it as alpha, and we can substitute the standard result, that is 0 to infinity summation alpha power n, so which is equal to 1 over 1 minus alpha. So if I do like that, so I will get 1 by 2j into 1 over 1 minus 1 by 3 into e power j pi by 4 into z inverse. This is the first term, and second term 1 over 1 minus 1 by 3 e power minus j pi by 4 into z inverse. So this is what your z transform. Now, so how to decide the ROC? So ROC will be decided by, so these two terms which actually the value of alpha. Okay, so now if I take the first term 1 by 3 into e power j pi by 4 into z power minus 1. Okay, so this magnitude of this one should be less than 1. Now if I take the only magnitude, so this actually this represents the phase, so the magnitude is only 1 by 3. Okay, so if I take that, so that should be greater than 1 by 3. Okay, and similarly here also you can take, so 1 by 3 into e power minus j pi by 4 into z inverse, so that should be less than 1. So here also if you can take, magnitude of z should be greater than 1 by 3. But so this pole will be at minus pi by 4 and this one will be at plus pi by 4. So if I write the ROC, so there will be a poles which is having a magnitude, so 1 by 3, so this value which is the radius which is 1 by 3, and one is at plus pi by 4 and another one is at minus pi by 4, and all other, so the region, this is the region where the z is greater than 1 by 3, so that is magnitude, so that is the ROC region. Okay, so this is greater than this 1 by 3 will be the ROC. Okay, so that is how we are going to find out the ROC. Is it understood? Hello, any doubt? Anybody? Understood or not? Bhavana? Hello? Hariprasad?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Gagan Kumar? Hello? Gagan Kumar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Gaganashree? Hello? Nivedita?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt or understood the problem?
Understood, sir.
Sir, it's 1 by 2j or it's only 1 by 2, sir?
Uh, which one? 1 by, so here 1 by 2j, z transform, hold the z transform is 1 by 2j into this thing.
Sir, but the formula for this one is, sir,
Which one? So here 2j actually, yeah, here
sine.
2j, here 2j, yeah, I missed that j. Actually it is 1 by 2j. Is it
Sir,
clear?
what is that
Hmm.
ROC, sir, for this one? ROC, I didn't understand, sir.
So here the first term you can see here, this is the value of alpha, no, for the standard result. So you can see here summation n equal to 0 to infinity alpha power n. So this will 1 over 1 minus alpha, right, when alpha is less than 1. So this you know the standard result, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So now this is the alpha now in the first term. Okay? So that first term if you take, so only magnitude if you consider, this is the actual phase where actually the pole exists. Okay? And this is the magnitude. So if I take only magnitude, z should be, the magnitude of z should be greater than 1 by 3.
Yes, sir.
So even for this term also the same magnitude. Okay? But so what happens in this term, the phase will be minus pi by 4 and this one the phase will be plus pi by 4. Okay?
Sir, we have to means show that the phase is pi by 4 in that ROC.
See, yeah, you have to mention here, so the one pole is exist here, okay, that is, so here, that is plus pi by 4 and one pole is exist here at minus pi by 4. But the radius is same. So here the magnitude it is same, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. The circle of magnitude which is 1 by 3 only. Okay. So greater than that, so z greater than 1 by 3, that will be your ROC.
ROC.
Yeah. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So still any doubt? Anybody? Hello? Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Now you try to do this problem. Okay. So determine the z transform of this sequence. So we take this sequence which is 0 for n less than 0, 1 it is for n between 0 and 9, and 0 again n greater than 9. So the input sequences exist between 0 to 9. So now you can try to obtain the x of z. So now for this, so you need to use the standard results which is n equal to 0 to n. Okay. So alpha power n, if it is there, then you can write 1 minus alpha power n divided by 1 minus alpha. So if it is 0 to n minus 1. Okay. So this standard results you need to use. So what is the Z transform?
Z power 10 minus 1 divided by Z power 9 into Z minus 1.
Okay. So what is ROC?
So 0.
So if you put Z equal to 0, is it x of Z is infinite or finite?
So finite.
Then if it is finite, so then it will be having no problem. It will be having the ROC, it will exist. So which value the x of Z will go to infinite? So Z equal to 0. So if you put Z equal to 0, what is the x of Z? X of Z will be finite value, right? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
If you put Z equal to infinity,
Infinite.
so where the ROC exists?
Sir, at 1.
See, what is the x of Z? So n equal to 0 to 9, right? Is it not? It is
Yes.
1 into Z power minus n. So now, so we have n equal to 0 to 9 Z power minus 1 whole power n, right? So now what is the value? 10. So if you put n equal to here, so the whole n minus 1 will be 9 in our case. So what is the value of n? N equal to 10. So if you put that, 1 minus Z power minus 1 whole power 10 divided by 1 minus Z inverse. So now for this one, so what is the value? Alpha value should be, so even for this case also, alpha should be less than 1.
Less
Right?
than 1.
Now if you take this Z inverse, so which is less than 1, so what is the value? Z should be greater than 1.
Greater than.
So except Z equal to 0, that is, so if you have the value of Z here 0, except Z greater than 1, so it will be the ROC. Got it? Hello? Is it? Did you get? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is what you need to find out the Z transform. Okay, so now, so after this, we'll go to the problem where we have the ROC, which is kind of a concentric ring. Okay, whenever it exists between two values, how to represent the ROC and the. So now for that, you need to take this problem. So you take this one. X of n, so which is equal to minus half power n into u of minus n plus 2 into 1 by 4 power n into u of n. Take this and do it this one. So how we can able to do it? So u of minus n means it exists between, so it will exist between minus infinity to 0, and this one exists between 0 to infinity. So take that and try to find out the x of z. Plus n equal to 0 to infinity. So 2 I will take outside, 1 by 4 power n into z power minus n. So now we can take the variable for this one, the first one. So if I take n equal to minus k, okay. So whenever n equal to minus infinity, k will be equal to plus infinity, and wherever n equal to 0, k will be equal to 0. K will be 0 to infinity minus half power. So whenever n is there, it is minus k, and wherever z, so if I put minus n, it will become z power plus k. Okay, so plus 2, so this is not a problem. So n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 4 into z power minus 1 whole power n. Okay, so now we can again change the variable k to n, so that will become n equal to 0 to infinity half power, like that we can write. So I will retain k, it's k only, minus half power minus 1 into z, so this whole thing power k, I'll write like that. Okay, so now, so this will be, so looks like your alpha, and this will be alpha, so I can put that value of alpha. Okay, so plus 2 n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 4 z inverse whole power n. So now your x of z will be equal to, so 1 over 1 minus half power minus 1 into z. So this is the first term. Okay, plus 1 over 1 minus 1 by 4 z inverse. So now you can see here the first term. So if I take minus half power minus 1 into
Sir,
z,
isn't it 2 into
yeah, here plus 2 is there, 2 into this, yeah. Okay, so this one, if you take magnitude of this alpha value, that should be less than 1. Okay, so now, so if you take this value to this side, so what will happen? So now you can see minus half power minus 1, we can write this one as, so z, so divided by minus 1 by half, so which should be less than 1, or z should be less than minus half. So or you can so put it as 1 into, that is, so if you put minus inside, so this will become plus half, so better we can take that itself. This inside you can take, and you can do that also. So 1 plus, so that is 1 plus half, so that is z by half, that also you can take. That is 1 plus half is z divided by 2, that also you can take. This inverse, it will become, so in the lower part, so the z 1 plus z by 2, so that also you can take. So that is, so this term, so if you take that plus, sorry, plus 1 by 2, this one, z by 2 should be less than 1, so or, so we can put z should be less than 2. Sorry, no, it won't come like this. Okay, let's see what's the problem. Okay, so if you take like this itself, okay, so here it is fine, and here this is also fine. Okay, so this we can write it as z. So magnitude of z, so it should be less than minus half. And here, so you will be get z must be okay 1 by 4 z inverse, this must be so less than 1, or we can write so z should be greater than 1 by 4. So now, so if you take the magnitude, so because if you don't consider it as a sign, so if you take the magnitude of z, so it will be 1 by 2, so in this case, and magnitude of z it will be equal to 1 by 4 in this case. Okay, so then so less than minus 1 by 2. Okay, so here one more. This is giving some negative sign, it is giving problem to find the ROC. Okay, so here we have done the mistake. Okay, okay, so that I will do it in the next page. Okay, here I will do because it will be having some reference. So here, so 1 minus half, that is 1 minus half inverse z. So this magnitude should be, okay, so this if you take this term, so it will become 1 plus z divided by 1 by 2. So this it will come like this. So this term we can write it as 1 plus 2z. So this 2 will go upper side, so it will become 1 plus 2z. So this term, whole term will become 1 plus 2z. Okay, so now if you take this term, okay, so that is 2z, the magnitude of 2z. So because it is 1 minus of minus 2z we can take here, that 1 minus of minus 2z we can take. So the magnitude of minus 2z should be less than 1. Okay, so or we can take the magnitude of z should be less than 1 by 2. So this is what we need to get for this one. So even earlier also we can take like this, z should be less than 1 by 2. So now if you write the ROC, so only the magnitudes if you take here, so 1 by 2, so that should be less than 1 by 2 and should be greater than 1 by 4. Now if you take this as 1 by 4 and this as 1 by 2, if I put the circle here, so the between 1 by 2 and 1 by 4, so there will be a ROC. So this that should be less than 1 by 2 and then should be greater than 1 by 4. So this in between these two values it will come the ROC. Okay, so this is what the ROC. So here it is you need to take this term, so only magnitude if you take it will come 1 by 2. So is it clear now? So that is what the ROC. So anybody any doubt? Hello? Got it? Hello? Any doubt? Anybody? Askari Banu, understood? Janavi?
Yes, sir.
Reshma?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, Rishabh,
Yes, I understood.
so any doubt in this ROC because it is slightly different from other problems. Okay, so take one more problem and try to do this one, and we'll end the Z transform, finding the Z transform, and we'll see the properties of ROC. So we can take okay, so this is one of the standard problem which is asked in the exam, so we can try to solve this. Okay, x of n which is equal to a power n plus a power minus n into u of n. Okay, so we try to solve this. So, and one more problem I'll give, so you try to solve this, or if you don't get, I'll give the results. Okay.
The screen is not sharing, sir.
Oh, sorry. This is one of the standard problem we can take and try to solve, and let me see what is the solution. And one more problem is, so y of n, so instead of x of n, just y of n is given, so don't confuse with x of n. This is also a input. Okay, so in this case we can take the y of z. Okay, so y of z should be equal to n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity y of n into z power minus n. Like this you can take if it is given like in terms of y of n. Okay, so y of n will be equal to minus 1 power n into 2 power minus n into u of n. Now these are the two problems which is asked in the exam. You can try to solve this. So I'll try to solve this one. You try this in your home. Okay, so first one, so if you take the x of z, so for the first signal, it is summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into z power minus n. Now x of n is between 0 to infinity because it is u of n. Okay, n equal to 0 to infinity a power n into z power minus n plus n equal to 0 to infinity a power minus n into z power minus n. Okay, so here n equal to 0 to infinity a into z power minus 1 whole power n plus here n equal to 0 to infinity a power minus 1 into z power minus 1 into n. So now you can write this one as 1 over 1 minus a into z inverse plus this one 1 over 1 minus a inverse z inverse. Okay, so now here, so a z inverse magnitude should be less than 1, and here a inverse z inverse magnitude should be less than 1. Okay, and in this case, so what will happen, the z value, magnitude of z value, so that should be greater than, so a. Okay, so for this case, so the z should be greater than 1 by a. Okay, so we just send this one z this side, so that z should be greater than 1 by a, and here z should be greater than a. Okay, so this is for the ROC, and here simply the variables coming to picture. Okay, the a value should be anything, but when you decide the ROC, okay, so since this z value, it is a real value, okay, you need to take maximum of these two values, which is the maximum of these two values, so that you will going to get the ROC. This is in the general case, the instead of giving the values, they are giving in terms of the variable, that is a. Okay, so now this one you try to solve the problem and getting the answer from the home. Okay. Okay, so then we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class. Okay. Okay, so we'll continue in the next class.